Welcome to your weekly astrology horoscope for the week of June 21st to the 27th. This is the Peace Dealer, and may I remind you, when you are firmly confident and rooted in who you know you are, criticisms, hatred, attempts to manipulate you and who you are just bounce off. It doesn't even affect you. It's like trying to do a normal move to a ghost type Pokemon. Just doesn't affect you, okay? Or it's like trying to do a fire move to a water Pokemon. It's just not very effective, okay? So congratulations. There's so much about this week that is so fucking incredible and ridiculous. First of all, I have to curse. Second of all, it's gonna go down in the books as one of the craziest weeks ever. And keep that in mind, because every week that we have from here on out will exponentially go crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier. So, yeah. We are now kicking off Season 2 of 2020. Season 1 of 2020 was spring. Season 2 of 2020 is summer. And you know 2020 is freaking ridiculous when Season 2 literally starts off with the end of the Mayan calendar. Congratulations, my friends. The world, or age as you know it, is over. So for those of you asking, when are things gonna go back to normal? When are things gonna go back to normal? Read a book. Read the Mayan calendar. It's done. It's what do you mean? Why do you even want it to go back to normal? It wasn't even cool when it was normal. Just brace this change, because it's going to get so wild. You're going to question how we even pretended to have the order we had in the first place. Regardless, all is not lost, okay? Technically, we're in 2012 in the Julian calendar, but despite the miscalculations, you're definitely going to witness the thin veil that protected us from more chaos happening just completely cutting off. And you'll start to see the true colors that have been suppressed in people rampage. Have you stayed true? Have you done the soul work? Have you really tended to things that society has made you feel wasn't real but was real all along? If you have, welcome to your victory. You are ready to fight the first boss. Out. Woo! Okay, let me tell you why this is amazing. Alright, so the first season of 2020 was to activate our power that awakened winter of 2019. Or winter of 2020, rather. And the reason why this is so really winter of 2019, because it started in 2019, but the reason why this is so very important is the power that you awakened since Capricorn season came through an Aries season, activated, manifested in your body in Taurus, and now gave you the experience in Gemini. So Cancer season is now the feeling of this power, and really textbook the actual expression of these powers. The activation of this new moon cycle is going to have you feel everything I've been talking about. Segueing into the end of season 2, where you've reached the basic mastery of this so that you can go on an adventure, Sagittarius season, okay? This is going to be scary, because you're going to have to actually confront a lot of the negative vibrations and people who at first was on a distance. Now they're going to be in your face. I ain't backing down. I hope you won't either. The reason why this is so amazing is when the sun was in Aries, Mars was in Capricorn. When the sun was in Taurus, Mars was in Aquarius. When the sun was in Pisces, Mars was in Gemini. And now the sun is in Cancer, and Mars is going to go into Aries. This is explosive potential that's going to take the tension that has been raising with the social distancing and wearing a mask and these protests, and is going to climax this all season. You're going to really see the relationship between opposing forces that feel like you're a loser, you're lame, and you're going to see that they're just insecure. They're just hating on you because they're insecure. They're not getting a hug. They can get a smack from me, but they're just insecure, okay? And they're projecting their insecurities on you. They hate to see you confident and thriving, and so they have to gain relevancy by just trying to fight. Some people will literally fight with you just to end the war because they're that lame. They the real. Okay, so you're going to see yourself gaining more power over this. Stuff that used to get to you, you laugh at now. And this is really a testament to how much you've grown. So Mars coming into Aries at the end of the week as we start the cycle is you taking all this power you've downloaded and evolved and actually acting off of it. This is going to lead subsequently to a retrograde. We're going to see Venus go direct, finally! And this is going to translate the shifts in our relationships so we can move forward accordingly. Of course, when Venus was retrograde, you didn't know who your friends are. As it was retrograding, you started to express your real beliefs. A lot of people started to express their political opinions, and then people started that they've known for years were like, oh, how dare you? They started to show their true colors, because you think you know someone until you actually express who you are, and that triggers who they are. And you know, this has allowed you to soar and move, and now that it's direct, you're going to be moving forward with people who keep it true with you. Let me allow you to understand, Cancer season is going to really have you confront with the square to Aries people. All right, Cardinal is all about characters. So there's a lot of people who, you know, have something to say. Like, you might think it's chill. They're very energetically charged. There's a lot of people who want to project their anger on you. And I promise you, they're going to get their asses whooped by you. A lot of you watching this consider yourselves peaceful. But when this shit comes to your face, you're going to prove that when it comes down to it, you know how to handle your business. And you got hands. I'm not joking. Some of you realistically are going to get into verbal altercations or like physical fights. Not because you're looking for it, but because people cross that boundary. And you got to let them know you know how to stand your ground. So this is very, 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 very fascinating of a week. I think the coolest part of this week is the 29-degree opposition that the moon in Virgo will make to Mars in Pisces. That'll square the north node and south node 29 degrees before all this shifts, okay, into Libra, moon in Libra, and Mars in Aries. You want to think of that as a mastery of all your abilities and the perception of that as a supernaturally empowered, endowed being, because there are people who think that this shit is just pseudoscience and crazy, but then there's you who believes it. The rhetoric behind people who are critical is stupid. They think that, oh, well, if this was real, we'd all know how to do it. But that's not how you work out muscles. If you don't say that you don't say that it's impossible to lift 300 pounds because everyone can't do it. It's the person who worked it out, and you worked it out, so you're capable of more. And you can't explain yourself to people who haven't practiced or learned the ability to perceive stuff. Stop debating astrology to people who haven't studied astrology. Stop debating tarot to people who don't even know what the major arcana is. Stop debating facets of what you do with people who don't know what it's about. You're not going to be the one who proves this for everyone. You are going to be the one who does the good work in this field and paves the way for others who need to be paid. These are just distractions coming in your way, but you get to handle them now, and you get to make a couple scapegoats along the way. So really enjoy this week. The activation of this new moon is going to activate superpowers. We activated power in Aries, we're activating superpower in Cancer, and then we're activating relationships, like who we do superpowers with, in Libra. So before a boss battle, which is going to be the opposition between the sun in Cancer and the outer planets, we have skirmishes. You don't just fight the boss. You have to fight enemies along the way. And the first skirmish is the Sun square Chiron. That's going to be the beginning of next week. Okay, the end of this week is going to prepare you for that skirmish. We're going to have several skirmishes, maybe one or two before the first boss battle. And you really want to take this experience you've gained and get ready to use it. Okay, this is not a time to be afraid. This is not a time to worry about who's going to cancel you or who's going to do what. No one's going to do anything to you. A lot of people talk, they don't really act. And when you see them act, you're going to see they're weak. So don't back down. Get ready to fight. And until next week, have a nice night.